Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Monday. It finally got me. COVID-19 finally caught up with me. My first lockdown. Oh, not really a lockdown. I just can't get back into WA for work, so I'm stuck here for a week. My R&R. I don't get any R&R. I'm stuck here in the prison camp, and yeah. Not much I can do about it, so it's not worth really stressing about it. Have got some ideas, some good hikes and stuff I want to do. So I've got a whole week, heaps of video stuff and photos. That's all I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to just be editing, and I'm going to do a bit of astro. I've already checked out a bit of Milky Way stuff and checked the weather and a few bits and things like that. So plenty I can get done. So that's probably not as bad as. I'm not sick, so that's always good. So I just got to organise everything. So I've changed my flight the other day to go home. That was the third time I've had to change that flight. Now I've got to get a credit for that flight. Hopefully I can get all that. I'll do that online. I've got to see how my car parking goes in Brisbane Airport because it was booked in. It's supposed to come back in another week, but obviously I don't know how that works. I have to ring them. Yeah, just some logistical stuff I have to sort out. And the worst thing at all, and I'm sure it's what everyone hates about it, is, don't get to see my family. I don't get to see my little beautiful boy, Jack, my beautiful wife. And, a bit disappointed. I was going to catch up with a good mate this break as well. I haven't seen in easily a year or so. So, yeah, what I do is it's my only first time I've had to be locked down. My sister's had to do it like 3 or 4 times in Melbourne, so I can't really be upset about it. It's just, I guess, annoying, and you're just like, damn it, righto. So, yeah, what do? So I've got a week of editing, so you'll have me all week now. So, yeah, I'll be here, locked in my little 4x4 little cell and doing some stuff. And, yeah, hopefully I can get out and do some hikes. We'll do trying to get some fun stuff, at least get something positive out of it, get some videos done, do an astro shoot. I've got some hikes I've been looking at I want to go and do. Now I've got no rush, no time, no stress. I've got a whole 7 days to just go wandering and do my thing. It's all my own personal time, so yeah, not much I can do about it. Yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, bit of a weird one, but we'll get there. Yeah, let me know if down below you've had to go through it and what you did to get past the time. Obviously, sort of, we're not locked into our rooms as such, but yeah, you go outside, you got to wear epoxy mask, which that's probably the most annoying thing. Those stupid masks. Having glasses and they fog up constantly. It's a pain in the butt. So yeah, it's probably again something that you got to do, but it's annoying, especially when you walk outside your room and there's no one else there. So yeah, a little bit weird, but anyway. We move on. I digress. Some big news. Lensbaby. If you haven't heard of Lensbaby, they do some funky stuff with lenses. Little crystals and arms and stuff you can put in front of your lens. There's all sorts of different stuff, but they do have some funky lenses. Definitely worth a look at if you're looking for something different and you want to try out. I don't know, just getting a little bit of a different flavour in your photos. Well, these guys do some really cool stuff. So I've looked at them before and nearly got 1 or 2 of their things, but yeah, and they give me some ideas to do some things. I've got some crystals and that. It just wasn't my thing. You get that. But they do have a new one out, and it's an interesting one. It's called an Obscura, Obscura 16. Yeah, 16. Now, it's basically just a pinhole lens for the front of your camera, but it's RF mount. And so it's pretty interesting. You got a $6,000 camera and you're whacking a pinhole on from the early 1900s when photography was invented. So obviously the idea, if you're unfamiliar with photography, pinhole lets the light through, used to develop an image onto the film, close the hole. Obviously everything's upside down, reversed, if that makes sort of sense. So if it starts like that on a triangle, comes through in the mirror, so then that goes to there and that goes to there, if that makes sense. So that goes to there like that. Yeah, anyway, something like that. So look, pretty interesting. If you do look, they do have some sort of images up on their website when you go have a look at it. You get a bit of an idea of it. Obviously, when I did my photography in my old days, when I actually started photography, when we were film, we learned all this as part of the teachings in school. So got a fairly good idea of what that means, and I think we actually even did some pinhole stuff early on. So, yeah, it's personally, I don't know. I guess if you're looking for something different, and nowadays if you're trying to advertise that vintage look is pretty appealing. Heaps of people are doing it. Heaps of the musicians are into the 80s now, seem to be out, and now it's into sort of even 90s old VHS or even further back. So you've sort of got that flavour in it, I guess. This could be something worthwhile checking out. Now, the quality of the lenses is not cheap. It's just because it's a pinhole, it's not a cheap quality. It's a very high quality. They do really good stuff. It isn't super cheap either. So 250 US bucks. So you're looking at probably 350 to 400 Australian, at least 400, I guess, by the time you put freight on. But definitely go check it out. They've got a couple of different models in it, so you can go see what suits your purpose. But very interesting anyway, something different. Don't really hear about much pinholes. Now, what we do next? Canon, right. 29th of June, which I'm pretty sure that's just for the Americas. It's going to be 30th of June for us here in Australia, so Wednesday. So I'll be reporting on this Wednesday. I should be able to give you the full gist, especially because I'm not going anywhere. Basically, the R3 is going to be released, and also the 14 to 35. So that's the current rumour. June 29th, we've got a full unveil of the R3 and that 14 to 35 lens. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, the sensor, looks like we've finally got the info. It's a 30.1 megapixel backlit, back illuminated sensor. So, yeah, really good. So I guess similar to the RP, it's about 30 megapixels. So similar, like quality images, you're going to get a good quality images. So, excuse my English. But with that back illuminated sensor, you do get better low light and faster responses. So you can, you don't get less, you get less sort of the wavy stuff when you're sort of moving in for video and for high speed shooting as well. So look, it's going to be really good. All the rest of the specs are pretty much what we've heard about. Stabilizations, 8 stops, IS, which I think is pretty amazing. And you've got autofocus down to -7 EV. So that's probably some of the big highlights. There's a myriad of other stuff which have all been covered, I'm sure. We've talked about a few times, and we're going to clarify all that. Now, it is SD and a CF Express as well. Hopefully, you can use both styles of cards. So you've got a slot that'll either take 2 CFs or 2 SDs. Especially with that announcement of the high-speed SDs, there's really no need to have to use epoxy $800 CF Express card when you can have an SD card, smaller, lighter, easy to use, and just as fast. So be interesting to see what happens on there. Hopefully they've future-proof themselves, and it'd be good to have 2 slots, but you could use multiple cards in there. Yeah, that'd be good. It'd be great if you could put an SD card into a CF Express body. Wouldn't that be nice? Like you can with a micro SD card. Maybe someone might do that. ProGrade or SanDisk. That'd be pretty cool if you could manage that with those new SD cards coming. Lexar's pretty good. They might be able to switch it on. They're the ones that are bringing them out first. An adapter card would be sensational for all photographers. I think they'd love that. They would sell fairly fast. But look, it's super exciting. The build-up to this has been really good, and it's been a build-up, I think, that Canon would appreciate a lot more than the build-up to the R5, because they went all out on 8K, which was fine, and the 8K has settled down. They've got that nutted out, but they copped a lot of grief over the overheating, where this is, all the talk has realistically been, A, about the sensor and how good it is for photography. Video-wise, hasn't been much talk about that. So it's going to be interesting to see what the video people, if they're actually interested in it, which I think they'll probably won't. I think this is going to be more photographers, but and they'll stay with the R5 and keep that R5 with the 8K. I don't think it's going to have 8K. There's been no talk about that. So why would you upgrade just for weatherproofing for video? Probably not. you're probably going to keep the R5 and go that way. So, look, I think it's definitely going to be a photo-centric camera, and from all the reports, without them telling us anything, everyone seems at least pretty positive about it. So, yeah, pretty cool. Just got to win Powerball on Thursday, the 60 million, so I can buy one of them. That would be sensational. Anyway, buy some merch, hit subscribe, and like, and maybe I can get there one day. They might send me one if I get enough subscribers. Then I can hook yous up and tell you how it is. Freewheel Filters has also got a release coming out. They're very sneaky, suspicious. Not much on their website about it. Just a Instagram and an email sent out to me. And they did actually a YouTube video last night. And it's 7 features, 20 functions is the theme of the video. It's showing filters, ND, and the only thing I could really pick up out of the photos, or basically the video that came out last night on YouTube, was different coloured tints on the filters. So whether they've got some new coating system, new coloured coating, don't know what they're going to really. I haven't seen any other talk about it other than what they sent me an email 2 days ago and the video coming out on YouTube last night. But Freewheel Filters, they've got a magnetic filter system and they do it really well. I use their filters on my drone. I've got Nissi filters for everything else, but I'm pretty impressed with what I've had to use on the drone. They've done a good job, really, especially polarized and stuff like that. Great job with the water on the drone, clearing that up for the South Coast trip. All my footage on the Mini 2 has got Freewheel filters on. So the definitely quality is, I've had no issues with those guys. So that should be a good product. So I'm actually really, really interested in that one. I think it'll be, it's rare that you get something new, I guess, in filters. You get coatings and all that, like scratch-proof and waterproof coatings and stuff like that. But you can see like a greenish blue hue on one and then a sort of a reddish hue on another one. So it's like, oh, maybe it's something to do with that. And that's all I could think of. I hope it's not just another Black Pro mist or another mist or that. They're more sort of video stuff, which, yeah, I've got a soft enough ugly face. I don't really need a filter, and I probably should put a filter on there. It might make me look a bit more handsome. No chance. Anyway, and that's about it. So, yeah, look, big week. R3, it's the one we've all been waiting for. I've been waiting for. I hope you've been waiting for them. If you're following the channel, I'm sure you'll be excited as I am about it. It's going to be pretty cool, actually, to actually get the final, like, full release and what it's all about, and then we'll get start getting all the reviews. There'll be a floodgate of reviews. So come Wednesday, if that's the 29th, it's going to be just crazy town on YouTube. I can just picture it. You'll click the page and there'll be like 30 R3 thumbnails. They should have Canon should have a competition. There should be a competition like who has the best thumbnail for the R3, because I think it's going to, it's just at least, I'm thinking at least 15 to 20. Now, the little competition I like to check out is who's the first one to get up. And if you watch YouTube a fair bit, Justine is generally always first. I don't know how she does it, how she works it out. She got some special clock or YouTube program or some bots there doing the upload or pressing the button, but somehow Justine is generally within the first one or two people to get those big releases up. So anyway, a little bit of fun there. It keeps me alive and well and mentally stable for some part of the week. Yeah, and that's about it. Pretty quiet over that. Looking forward to that. Yeah, couple of big things. So Freewheel, which should be this week. What day was Freewheel? That's June the 30th as well. So that should be our time. So we should have an R3 and then some new filters to play with. Lots of fun this week. Hope you'll join me in lockdown week for me. First one. Anyway, I will see you all again tomorrow with some more news. Okey-doke. Well, if you're coming this way, that way, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.